Alright guys, so we are in day 2 of the coaching, and I want to make sure before you watch this that you are completely caught up with everything we went over on the first day. So on the first day what we did is we set up your My Lead System Pro and created your very first campaign, and now you're going to take that website and start marketing it. Now there are some marketing methods that I want you to look at after you watch this course and decide what's going to be best for you. Now I'm going to go over a few of those in this video and explain to you what's going to be required of you to fully be able to effectively generate leads. But what I want to explain here is a lot of these you're going to see back here are going to look great, and you're thinking to yourself, I want to do that. But I'm here as your mentor and coach, and being on this team here, you're going to be able to discover exactly what all it takes, to do that. So let's just go into a few of my favorites. Under marketing strategies is what you're going to click on. Now again, it's very important that if you watched video 1 that you did finish everything, like the boot camp, all the videos that I showed you. If you have any questions about it whatsoever, I want you to go back and look at it and make sure that you did all that, because I'm telling you, this is what it takes to build a solid foundation, and I cannot stress that enough. When people get on my team and they don't go through that first video and go through the entire process of getting this thing set up in the boot camp, what happens is they start not getting results, and the reason why goes all the way back to that very beginning, because they didn't set things up correctly. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you decide on one marketing method. Only choose one, because that's all you need to choose. And there are several ways to be successful. Now remember, just because you're learning online marketing right now should not replace your offline marketing efforts. Remember that online marketing does require some time. It requires consistency. It requires you focusing 90 days solid. That means even on the weekends, consistently building up your foundation, your business, and getting it into a well-oiled machine. It takes time. It just does not happen overnight. And I promise you the key to that is consistency. So if you end up missing a day, you might as well take two or three days, add that to your 90 days that I said for you to be consistent. So if you end up missing 5 days, you're going to end up spending another 2 weeks getting caught up. So each day builds upon the other, but every time you miss one, it really sets you back. So if you're interested in doing Facebook marketing, I want to advise you to go ahead and click on Facebook marketing here. I want to highly, highly encourage you to purchase my course if you're going to do Facebook marketing, because even though you've got phase 1, you've got some basics here, how to create a Facebook account, customization on the profile, you've got fan page, you've got a lot of stuff in here. I highly recommend you purchase the course, and you can find it under my websites, under my product campaigns if you don't have it yet, and you can click on this link here, right there, copy it, paste it, or just write it down right now. It's Malpha, malpha.getfansgetpaid.com. Now, if you click on it yourself, you're going to see your affiliate link. You can't buy from yourself. It'll end up getting credit to whoever you're signed up for under MLSP or whoever you're cookied to. So it's best that you use my link and malpha.getfansgetpaid.com. That's an entire course that you can go through to learn how to market on Facebook. Now let me get back over here and tell you guys that if you're going to do Facebook marketing, you need to set aside a budget. You can do, in my course, I go over, free marketing strategies. Now, you just have to remember that free marketing strategies are going to take a lot longer to get to point A to point B being the success, or where you're going to start seeing success. So if you've got some sort of advertising budget, if it's $100 a month, fine. If it's $200 a month, great. If it's $500, awesome. You need to set that aside and allow that to be put into your Facebook PPC. So what I would suggest is, if you decide to do that, just know that the only tools you're going to need in Facebook is obviously your MLSP, You'll have to have your autoresponder. So MLSP is, and if you're going to do Facebook marketing, I highly recommend you go up to the $99 platinum level. So you're going to spend $99 a month on the platinum level in MLSP. You're going to spend $20 on your autoresponder, and then whatever your budget is going to be in Facebook for PPC. That's what you're going to have at minimum for you to be successful in Facebook. So I want you to be aware of that, and that's where I think a lot of people don't tell, everyone out there if they choose Facebook marketing that they're going to have to spend some money, and that's what's going to be required. So think about that. Take a look at some of this stuff. See if that's what you want to do, if it looks like something you want to do. It is going to require you to work on Facebook every single day. You're going to have to do a checklist of strategies every single day that are going to be, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes a day. You're going to be posting status updates. You're going to be putting videos on there. You're going to be posting questions. You're going to be managing your Facebook PPC account. And again, all that is going to require an hour or 2 hours a day. In the very beginning, it's going to require a little bit more because you're going to be in the process of setting it up, but I'm going to be very honest with you on it. But once you get your Facebook set up and things start working well, you can spend about an hour or two a day on it, and that would be your primary method of building your Numis business. Now, the other method is if you decide to do Twitter marketing, go ahead and click on the Twitter marketing. I don't recommend you choosing this as your only method. The reason why is because I use Twitter, but it runs on automation. I don't have to really do anything with it. I load up some new tweets once a week, and it probably generates me a couple of leads. A couple of leads a day. So I don't think that that should be your only method. While it is free, it doesn't hurt for you to go ahead and have it set up. But what I would suggest that you do is make sure that you go through all this training, but don't choose this first, guys. All right, I'm just letting you know right now that if you choose this first, you're just putting yourself behind in getting some, getting either Facebook set up or blogging. But go ahead; it doesn't hurt to have this done. There's some great training here on Twitter, but I highly, highly suggest you go under Account and go under your affiliate programs. And if you're going to run Twitter, this tweet adder right here is a must. It's a must to have. So buy that tweet adder course if you're going to do Twitter. It's the only way you can effectively do Twitter. I'm telling you that up front, being honest with you on it. You can't run Twitter manually. You're just not going to get any leads, and you're not going to be effective. Buy Tweet Adder. I think it's 49 bucks or so. Just buy it. You don't have to ever pay for it again. And you got a license with it. It has wonderful updates to it, and it can run on automation. Let me show you what mine looks like so you guys can get an idea. Tweet Adder. And also, and take notes, guys, for whatever you choose here, all right? Because, I want you to know there is a lot of training available, okay? So if we were to go back here under, let's see, Training Library, Mark Barrett, let's see if we can find it, did a great training on it. Here it is. Mark Barrett, Twitter automation. Watch this right here. It's 2 hours, but watch it because he goes over how to use Tweet Adder, which I'm showing you here right now. And once that opens up, you'll be able to see. It's taking a moment. But he basically is going to go over exactly how to use Tweet Adder, how he uses it for his business. So I do recommend you having Twitter. I do recommend you buying that Tweet Adder, but I don't recommend that being your only form of marketing, okay? And I want you to be aware, though, as you saw, I just came in here under Training Library. There is a lot of training. Just because I showed you Facebook and there was trainings in there on that page, there is some training here, as you can see. There is training. Okay, you can actually come over here and type Facebook and see what kind of training comes up. The more you know, the better off you're going to be, and you're going to pick up little nuggets along the way. So you can see. All right, guys. There's not too many of them. I highly recommend it. All right, so let's go over to see if my Tweet Adder opened up. There it is. It opened up. So I've got tweets loaded up. The stuff goes on automation. It follows people on automation. It follows people back. You can create a to-follow list where you can follow users of people who are following myself or whoever else. It's a really great tool. It's inexpensive. You pay for it one time. It's cool to have. All right, so let's go back to marketing strategies. All right, so LinkedIn marketing, I'm not familiar with using, so I'm not going to recommend that right now. Meetup groups, if you click on meetup groups, this is going to be considered offline stuff. If you're going to choose this as your marketing method, guys, I highly encourage you to watch Casey Eberhardt's training on it right here, okay? Say you don't want to do Facebook marketing. That's fine. That's fine. This is offline right here, meetup groups. It has some amazing strategies in here, but if you're going to use it, you need to be hosting meetup groups once a week. You need to be attending meetup groups. So think about this one also. It doesn't cost you any money, guys, unless you are actually going to have your own meetup group. I think it's like $30-something every 3 months. It's not expensive at all, so consider doing that. The next one would be, let's go back. Okay, this is a big one here, content marketing. This whole thing is except this video marketing. It's basically, I look at this as blogging, okay? So if you're going to do blogging, these are the things that you're going to need. One of them is right here, Tribe Pro. This is going to run you about $40 a month. Then you're going to need to get an OnlyWire account. Because what's going to happen is when you start submitting your blog posts into Tribe Pro, and I'll get into the moments in a minute on why that's got to happen, you've got to get that content syndicated out among social bookmarking sites, because that's the only way you're going to get ranked, you're going to get noticed, and you're going to get on the first page of Google. There's no sense in you putting content out there if you're not getting any results. Nobody's going to come find your blog post unless you put some steroids behind it, and that's what Tribe Pro does, okay? Remember, you're looking to generate leads. Even though you can get a free account with Tribe Pro right here, it's not recommended because you're not going to be put on automation, and it's got to be on automation or you're just going to be spinning your wheels and wasting a lot of time and energy that you don't need to be doing. So think about how much your time is worth. Pay the $40 or however much it is and get yourself into Tribe Pro. The OnlyWire account, she gives you, Stacy's a good friend of mine, she owns Tribe Pro. Inside of there, she tells you about OnlyWire and what you need. You need to get into OnlyWire, and you're going to have to pay, let's just pull it up and see. Just want you guys to know the necessary tools. That doesn't look good. All right. All right, now I blog, and let's just put it this way. I can land on the first page of Google with a blog post, and I have an OnlyWire account. So all this is it's tied to your Tribe Pro, and it's syndicating out your content and other people's content. It's like I scratch your back, you scratch mine, and you'll understand it once you get into Tribe Pro and follow along with that. And I'll give some more details of it in another coaching session. But right now, this purpose of this coaching session is just to make you aware of the different marketing strategies and the one I recommend, and then how much it's going to cost you so you can make the best decision on what you should end up choosing. So a lot of people come in here and think, oh, well, let me just get 1,000 submissions and pay $10 a month. I don't recommend that. I have 100,000 submissions. I pay $130 a month. You do not have to add this CAPTCHA service. Don't add this, okay? Because and what this means, the CAPTCHA solver, is when you are following somebody in Tribe Pro and you're submitting their content in return for them to submit yours, all you're doing is, if you are submitting it to a service that requires you to solve, where you type in those letters, OnlyWire does this for you, but there are plenty of accounts that don't actually have that CAPTCHA that Tribe Pro can let you know what those are. They're pretty much the common ones like Yahoo, Friendster, Dig, Stumbled Upon. Those don't require this. So you just would end up only signing up for the ones that don't require this. So I do the $130. So what that means is I get 100,000 submissions. So you're going to need, guys, at the very least, I'm telling you to start off, at the very least, 25,000. You could start at 10, you know, for the first month while you're learning and getting started. But after that, and you start getting going with it and you get to where I'm at, you're going to have to upgrade up to 100,000. So take this into consideration. So now you've got Tribe Pro for about 40 bucks, and you've got, let's just use this one, the $60 one, so you're spending about 100 bucks. And this is not your submissions, meaning you're submitting 25,000 blog posts a month. What this means is you've got one blog post that you submit into Tribe Pro, and that one blog post you're going to hope gets shared about 3,000 times. That's the level you need to get at in Tribe Pro. And if it's one blog post, think about it, gets shared 3,000 times, that's coming out of this number. So think how many blog posts, if they're getting shared 3,000 times, you know, that's only about 8 or 9 blog posts that you're going to be able to write. Well, guess what? You're going to have to write a blog post every single day to be effective in blogging. So I want you guys to be aware of that. So let's go back to the blogging. There's some great training here. If you just go through all these little trainings, they basically are telling you what to do and how to set it up. I mean, JP's doing an awesome job here. Opt-in forms to put on your blog. It's all here, okay, guys? This is the training that you need. Now, you can learn how to set up a blog. You can learn how to do it, but what you do with that blog afterwards, blog post, is what matters, okay? So, 1 second. Let me respond to this text message, my daughter. All right, so the cost, Tribe Pro, only wire, 100, 150 bucks. What you're going to have to do is every blog post you write, you're going to have to submit. Now, here's the deal with blogging. You've got to post something every single day, and it has to be keyword enriched, meaning you are blogging for a certain keyword to land on the first page of Google. So if I were to go to my blog, my actual back office, let me log in. There's one other tool you're going to need, and it's a one-time fee to get it. And it's called SEO Presser. And if you go to my blog, you can find that probably at the bottom. But let me show you when I click on edit what it does. Is you have something over here. This is the SEO Presser score. And it shows you the things that you have to have in order to optimize this blog post. So you've got to have an H1 tag, an H2, and if I didn't have these, there would be a red X here, but I do, so they're showing green check marks. And then my keyword density is a little low here, so I would want to probably add more keywords, but it's just a simple guideline. So yes, you're going to have this too. I want to say it's probably $40, $50 or so to get. I believe if we just go over to my blog, probably at the bottom, I bet it says SEO Presser. Yep, powered by SEO Presser. You can just click on that at the bottom, and you can actually buy it right here. So you would want to end up buying the single site for $47, unless you're going to do it on multiple sites, then get the one-time fee of $97. All right, so there's 3 things you're going to have to do to effectively be able to blog. You need Tribe Pro, you need OnlyWire, and you need SEO Presser. That's the minimum, guys, okay? There are other things that you're going to want to get, but those are advanced strategies. This is basically getting you, this coaching session is getting you off the ground fast, and I don't want to get into those yet. The purpose, again, of this is we're going to branch off from here once you decide what you want to do as far as marketing goes. As far as you know, article marketing, it's pretty much the same as blogging, but you are going to need to get, if you choose article marketing, you are going to need to get a few things, and you're going to end up having to get, if you go under affiliate programs, so this means you're writing articles and you're submitting them to multiple article directories, okay? So you're going to end up needing to get let's see, where is it? I don't have it on here. I will put it below this video, but you're going to have to get Best Spinner, because you want to spin your articles, and then Article Marketing Robot, which is going to send it out to a bunch of different article directories. I don't recommend just doing articles. I like the fact customizing it into a blog post. And then again, when you get all that running and you're confident that you are submitting a blog post, a piece of content every single day, when you're doing that, what's going to happen is you're going to start seeing some results. And then past those 90 days, we'll get into some more advanced stuff. So I would focus on the blogging if you choose that and get with those tools that we just talked about. Video marketing. This is a great thing to do to add content. So if you like to do videos, go do a video and put it on your blog as a piece of content. You don't necessarily have to write a blog post. I mean, I recommend that you write something with it, you know, a short paragraph or two, what it's about. But as far as the video marketing goes, it's a great thing to do. But if you're going to do video marketing by itself, you know, you're going to have to definitely up your game, put out a piece of content every single day. But it's easy. It's so easy, guys. So you'll want to go through the training here. And it's simple. I mean, I think it's a great strategy too. But again, it's all about consistency and you putting out something every single day. So the next thing that you might want to consider, because you want to get it done really fast, solo ads. Solo ads are great. Take a look at this. Dagan has some great training in here. It's actually not on this page here, but this is talking about solo ads. But if you go back to the training here, training library, type in eZine. Just type in eZine, which is eZine marketing. What that is, solo ads basically is somebody's got a huge list of 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 people. I'm going to type in Dagan instead, D-A-E-G-A-N. So they have a ton of, a huge list, and all you're doing is you're sending your offer out to that list. Oh, here it is. So I typed in Dagan. Make sure there's no there's no keywords here. I just had some and had to X them out. This training right here is Dagan's. I have to get up for a second. That's Dagan's solo ad course. So you're going to want to go through that if you choose solo ads. Solo ads are going to be costly. Solo ads could cost you a couple of $100s a week. Okay, guys? I just want you to be aware of that. So if you don't have a couple of $100s a week, don't consider doing solo ads. All right, but they will generate you a ton of leads, guys, okay? So again, all we're doing is going through the strategies. So then the next one is marketing strategies. All right, all these are pay-per-click, guys. Again, it's just a quick way to start generating leads. So if you want to do pay-per-click, go through pay-per-click marketing here. Go through Facebook PPC. Do YouTube PPC. This is something you can just do and not do any work on anything else. You could just do pay-per-click. There are some trainings that you can go through also, if we go back to that training library, that I have actually done on different search engines that you could do some marketing on. So let me go back to training library. I'm not sure what we'll search, but I know it's in there. I did something on ad knowledge or 7 search. Let's try this. Well, we got to close out Dagan. All right, PPC, go. All right. Here it is. Michelle, 7 search, alternative PPC. See, you can always come back to the training library to find some more training, okay? So let's go back to marketing strategies. That's an alternative, different search engines besides Google and Yahoo. All right, guys, so again, more money here. You want to set aside probably about $500 a month if you're going to do pay-per-click, but you know what? You're going to see results a lot faster. I would say out of everything in here, the results that you're going to see are obviously paid marketing. This area right here is going to be where you're going to see the fastest results. So if you've got some money to spend, this is where you want to be playing around. If you don't have any money to spend, then doing the content marketing and the blog, the Facebook strategies, Twitter, meetup groups, it's just going to take a little longer. That's all. It's going to take you being consistent for 90 days, doing nothing else but your type of marketing every single day for 90 days. All right, you'll see results immediately with paid marketing. So that's basically, guys, all the marketing strategies that I would want you guys to choose from. So familiarize yourself with the back office here. Just to take note here, there's forum marketing here. You go through that. If you choose forum marketing, that's kind of side stuff, free classifieds. This is not stuff that you want to just focus on. If you're going to do this kind of stuff, you're not going to see results. This is supplemental stuff like the Twitter to doing something bigger like PPC. It's supplemental to Facebook marketing. It's supplemental to content marketing. So basically your 3 or 4 choices here is you choose Facebook marketing, you choose content marketing, you choose pay-per-click, and then adding in some of these other ones that I talked about as supplement, okay guys, or solo ads. That would be the 4th one. And add this other stuff. Prospecting, this is great for you guys to go through also so you can understand how to get leads today, follow up and closing, prospecting strangers also. So bottom line is today's training was on you deciding. So after you watch this, what I want you to do, your assignment for today is decide. Decide today or tomorrow what you want to do as far as marketing. Choose one. Send me an email. Let me know what it is, and I'll take the group and I'll put you guys together in appropriate groups, and we will do training on it from there. But what I did today is I realistically told you what it's going to cost you to do each one of those marketing methods, okay guys? So if you missed some of that, rewind the video, go back through it. This video wasn't extremely long. That way you guys can decide. Your assignment is to look at this stuff, see if it's what you want to do. I'm not asking you to implement anything right now. All I'm asking you to do today is go through these trainings, watch it, see if it's something that you want to do. If it is, email me and let me know that's how you want to market. So don't feel like today that you're overwhelmed and you've got to set all this stuff up because you see Jim in one of these videos setting things up. That's not what I want you to feel like you have to do. What I want you to do, again, is make a decision. Make a decision today to pick one marketing method so we can master it. So that's all I got today, guys. Go through that. Make sure you're ready to go for the next session, which will be session number 3. And we will start diving into all the different kinds of techniques that you're going to need to know how to do and what you're going to have to study when it comes to the marketing method you chose. So that's all I got, and I look forward to the next one with you guys. Bye-bye.